Hi, I'm Debbie Flickinger, affiliate faculty at Union in the interdisciplinary doctoral program in the Humanities and Culture concentration. I'm honored to be here with you today at the One Just World Coffee Chat to talk about Juneteenth and its power to create a connection to soul, othering, unity, and love. And by othering, I mean that it helps us recognize our unconscious bias towards people with diverse backgrounds and beliefs. What is Juneteenth and why is it important? Juneteenth is a celebration of the end of slavery. 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation in the United States of America, as an African American woman, a mother, and a grandmother, Juneteenth is a way to connect us to our history, our soul, our relationship with others, our unity, and our love for all people. Let's talk about soul. In reflecting upon Juneteenth, I found that the word soul as an acronym held a lot of meaning for me. S is for the soul of African Americans everywhere. O represents the other, those who have othered us for so long, and those whom we have othered ourselves. U brings us to unity. We must unite as one people, all people, regardless of race, gender, or religious beliefs. L is for love. We cannot survive unless we learn to love unconditionally. In other words, we must learn to let go of our attachments to outcome and love for the soul. It is true that Juneteenth brings people together in order to remember the soul of our African American roots and to raise consciousness around race and ethics. As Andrew Pickering suggests in his 2010 book, The Cybernetic Brain, Sketches of the Future, it is crucial to recognize that as futures get built up, broken down, and recycled with each phase of the conversation, collective consciousness is raised. Juneteenth is not only about history, but it's about the future. Moreover, it is important to consider that this is a day to transform, reflect, educate, enlighten, and sustain our capacities as human beings. We must honor the past and at the same time strive to create a better world. Perhaps this is the most challenging aspect of soul, as Juneteenth reminds us that injustice prevails in this country. Recently, I read an NPR article that said, according to the CDC, from 2020 to 2022, there has been a 35% jump in homicides. More horrifying is that so far in May alone, at the time of this recording, there have been 5 mass shootings, including the one at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas, where at least 21 individuals were killed, including 19 children. I ask you why? How do we change this? How do we teach others not to hate? How do we get out of our heads and think outside of the box? A major shift in consciousness is necessary to create change. But what does that mean? And how is it achieved? I believe that we can begin with our communities, a place of belonging. To me, that means to dream a collective dream of fear of the unknown. Bell Hooks, in her 2003 book, teaching community, a pedagogy of hope, said, moving through that fear, finding out what connects us, reveling in our differences, this is the process that brings us closer, that gives us a world of shared values, of meaningful community. Page 197. Therefore, I assert that we must give ourselves permission to surrender to the process, invite all voices to the table, and to meet the community where they are. In John Lewis's 2012 book, Across That Bridge, A Vision for Change and the Future of America, he stated, in order to think about social justice in the future, there must be careful consideration of the issues that our society is dealing with today. Page 136. I posit that to have soul, there must be an element of social justice in all that is taught, in all that is learned, and all that is done. Why is Juneteenth important to the soul of all humankind? Juneteenth is a way to inform, reflect, and transform the public's knowledge about the struggles of people of all colors. It can educate and enlighten our country about the past and the ongoing struggles we face every day. We must remind ourselves of this as we face issues of hate crimes, gender inequality, voter suppression, women's rights, as well as the stripping of language and books from the educational systems. Juneteenth brings us together to fight the good fight that John Lewis often talked about, that all voices must be heard. Wherever and whoever you are, you need to answer the call to action with your soul. In closing, I want to leave you with these thoughts. Listen to the soul of our collective soul. Listen to the stories of others. Expand unity across the globe. And finally, let love lead the way. Thank you for tuning in today. I want to offer gratitude and thanks to all on whose shoulders we stand. I hope that you will continue to honor those who have gone before and to accept the strength to continue our work with soul. Please join me for an hour-long webinar honoring Juneteenth on June 15th at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The webinar will include 30 minutes of questions and answers. Bye for now.